Good afternoon. We're very happy that you all came on this very hot day. Actually, we planned this event. We only invited the people important to us, so that we can hold it in a more intimate way, that people shouldn't stand in line as it happened to us in the annual conference. This conference was actually incepted after we found out that the political process has reached again a situation from which there's no advancement towards a permanent agreement. But before that, almost a year before that, but then we remembered especially when they started the process again with the initiative of Secretary Kerry, our institute argued that we shouldn't go to a political process without having an additional or different plan in addition to the negotiation itself. A very important word. The INSS has no political agenda. There's no unified opinion here because we have a lot of researchers and each of them can express his opinion in the subject. Nothing is imposed from above. Nobody imposes a political opinion of any sort. But we discovered that most researchers who deal with the political process and the Palestinian issue, and in parentheses, we have an advantage here in INSS because we have people who can accompanied the process from the beginning. Just look at the panel on stage. Oded Eran was the head of the authority that dealt with it when Barak was Prime Minister. Shlomo Bron, Brigadier General before that, was the one that from the Oslo Accord and the interim agreement, he was also in charge of the security addendum of Geneva. And then Pnina, she was from Oslo until today with all the legal aspects. And Dr. Michael, who was also a researcher for many years, was in charge of the coordination with the Palestinians in Judea and Samaria. And in the last post, he was a deputy director of strategic affairs. And we have other people like Gilad Sher, who worked with Ehud Barak. I myself was the head of the negotiations during the Olmert administration. So we sat all together and we were thinking what's right to do. And we came to the conclusion that we have to put another option on the table. And it will be reflected, we will present it here by Amos Yavin, the head of INSS. But before we deal with it, we just want to take a moment to align ourselves regarding what happened to us in the last year, more or less. True that the last 6 weeks have been very intensive, but nevertheless, we want to create a certain picture that will accompany us throughout the day. Our agenda is going to be such that at first we, the researchers, are going to present. I'll ask a few questions. They will answer regarding what's happening today, regarding the Palestinians. Then Amos Yadlin, the head of INSS, is going to present this plan. We thought about the plan not just as an idea, but as a real plan to talk into, the real problems. Then we'll allow MKs that we invited the possibility to respond. And we shall end this evening with the speech by the Prime Minister. And I know it's going to be towards the football games and the Mondial, but nevertheless. As I said, the negotiation, the last round did not reach any results, and I know that there are various approaches, who's to blame, what is happening. So in that as well, we're going to discuss why we did not be able to reach in this round some sort of an achievement, because the target wasn't too presumptuous in this process. Let me just say in one word, in my opinion, personally, as one who also accompanied this process, that every time that you put a package on the table in order to connect the issues of the trade-off and the permanent agreement towards the way, think about Barak and Camp David 2000, and then the Clinton parameters at the end, and then also Olmert in 2008, and even now, by the way, these parameters of Kerry, of an agreement or a framework in order to talk about permanent agreement, the Palestinians, when it comes to this situation, they just disappear. They do not react. They prefer not to respond, or they find a way not to be there. But unfortunately, we tried to bring Palestinians to this conference. We really begged with serious people to come, but they decided not to come. It's their choice, so I hope that the researchers of the INSS will present them as much as possible in a professional way and in a balanced way. And therefore, let me start the discussion with the first question, and then I'll sit down as well, to Shlomo Brom. The question is, why the last round of the negotiations failed, and is it a result of a bad perception of the process, or maybe the issues are so deep between us and the Palestinians that we cannot bridge this gap? Shlomo Brom, please.